Hi, I'm Kean Moses, and today we will be analysing The Sun Rising by Donne. Now, before we get into the poem, a little on Donne. He was a contemporary of Shakespeare, and he wrote his poems, or this specific poem, under the administration of King James, just to give you some context on the poem. Now, with the poem, you'll notice that there are a lot of short lines and a lot of long lines. What we see with the long lines is that it's an explanation of metaphors that he says, and that in his short lines, they're almost very aggressive insults towards the sun. So it's just a way that the structure conveys the message. We start off by the speaker addressing the sun directly, which is a form of apostrophe. Old fool, unruly sun. These are very mean insults, to be honest with you. It's a confrontational attitude immediately from the very first line. The speaker gives off a tone of contentment, frustration, displeasure, annoyance, and resentment towards the sun. When we move on past that, and we see through the windows and through curtains calling us, must to thy motions lovers cease and run, he's almost demanding that the sun leave him alone. Saucy, pedantic wretch. Wonderful language right there. This phrase really shows, in essence, the speaker's attitude towards the sun. Go chide, go bother other people. Go tell huntsmen that the king will ride. Go call country ants to harvest officers. When he's referring to ants, he's referring to the working classes. This is an example of anthropomorphism. It is making humans look like animals, in a sense. What the speaker is saying here is, go bother these people, go bother the kings and the working class that make the economy work, because they are less important than his love. So it's almost this giant comparison between everything that makes the country run and then his love, and he's saying his love is still more important. Love or like, no seasons, nor climates. It's a love that just transcends everything. I could eclipse and cloud them with a wink. I could eclipse and cloud, that very harsh C sound contrasted with the very soft with a wink sound. It contrasts the speaker's attitude towards the sun with his love for his lover. These lines, he's saying, thy beam so reverend and strong, why shouldst thou think? He's basically saying the sun is not all that, and he's saying that however powerful the sun is, the only thing he has to do to not be bothered by the sun is close his eyes. He's saying that however powerful you are, you're no match to my eyelids. So it's almost a sense of arrogance and believing that the speaker is so important. However, in the next line, he says, I wouldn't close my eyes.
Yeah.
He's saying, I wouldn't close.
Sure.
Because if he were to close his eyes, then he wouldn't see his lover. But he's saying that his lover's eyes have so much love coming out of them that they would blind the sun itself. Then he goes on to speak whether both the Indians of spice and mine. This is another example of when you look back to the context that I was speaking about earlier, about it being under King James's rule. The spice trade was going on, so spices are very valuable at this moment. That's why they pillaged the whole of the Indian subcontinent. Sorry, I got personal there. Whether both the Indians of spice, so he's saying that his love is very valuable. It's a compliment, really. Ask for those kings, the final two lines of the stanza. Ask for those kings whom thou saw yesterday, and thou shalt hear, all here in one bed lay. He's saying that all the kings of the whole world that they are in one bed. He's not saying he's sleeping with a bunch of kings. That's the wrong idea. What he's trying to say is that the entire world and the importance of all these kings is localized in his bed. He's saying that his lover is the most important thing to him. His lover is everything. And we're going to see this expanded upon in the final stanza. She's all states and all princes I, nothing else is. So this is a metaphor comparing his lover to states, to land, and himself to princes. The land being something very valuable that everyone benefits from, and him, the prince, being the protector and the governor of such land. Princes do but play us. They try and mimic the person they love. You know, the way that actual princes protect the actual land is a vain attempt to try and mimic the speaker and his lover's love. What he's really saying is that in that the world's contracted thus, he's saying that the whole so in the final 4 lines, we see a change in attitude of the speaker. At first, in the beginning, we see him saying, "Sun must go away, stop bothering me and my lover, so we can enjoy our peace and quiet." Now he's saying, "No, please do warm the world," which, as he said, is him and his lover. That's done in warming us, the world. Once again, he's comparing the world and him and his lover. He's saying, "Do warm us." Because by warming us, you're warming the whole world, because once again, we are the whole world. So he's saying, when you shine in our room, you're not shining in a room, you're shining on the whole world. This bed, our center it's the same way that the earth is the center, because back in these days, King James, remember that they believed that the sun revolved around the earth. These are not very highly intelligent people. These walls, thy sphere.
Right, you can cut. Trust, you can cut.
Thank you, everyone. I've been Keen Moses. And until next time, thank you. Now don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share with your friends and family. And please, leave all suggestions in the comments. Thank you.